Do you feel the vibes?
What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin coming back to you with another video, and I want to tell you why Panther fans should be optimistic about the 2019 regular season. Now, 2018 regular season was a disaster. Team started out good, Cam got hurt, and after that, it fell apart. Three quarterbacks got hurt behind that crap offensive line. Defensive line couldn't get pressure. The secondary couldn't cover. Greg Olsen injury, dealing with injuries the whole season. Coaching, some of the coaches got the boot. Ron Rivera almost got the boot. He's definitely going to be on the hot seat for this upcoming season. A lot went wrong for the Panthers, but all that's behind us. I did the video about the draft. Of course, I'm going to talk about the recent news with Gerald McCoy signing, which is a big deal. But got to give, as a Panther fan, you got to give him some credit. With the draft, with picking up Gerald McCoy, they've addressed positions of need. They're getting guys who can get after the quarterback, also getting some depth. Some guys you can bring in the rotation who are reliable, who can get after the quarterback. Maybe in spots during the game where you say you can put those guys in and they could be effective. Of course, the offensive line, center, left tackle, those were huge concerns. And for the center, I think they got a proven guy. Obviously, with left tackle, they're going to be playing a rookie, so we'll have to see how he's going to play. If you don't know how I feel about him, I looked at game tape. Did go back and look at the draft breakdown, talk about him. That's Greg Little. That's the guy they picked up in the second round. But starting with like the defensive line, before I get to Gerald McCoy, Brian Burns, rookie. I talked about him in the draft breakdown. The guy gets after the quarterback. He gets after the quarterback, and that's what the Panthers needed, and they knew exactly what they needed to draft for. So I think that was definitely a really good pick. And it fits because they're gonna run kind of a 4-3, 3-4 hybrid, and that also, Gerald McCoy, he's athletic enough. He can play on the 43. He can play defensive tackle on the 34. He can play that defensive end. Same with Brian Burns, who can play outside linebacker on the 34 defense and defensive end in the 43. Bruce Irvin, who mostly probably excels as a 34 outside linebacker, but he adds depth. He's a guy he's had experience. He's had playoff experience with the Seattle Seahawks. So, that is a guy who's going to be in the rotation. He's going to be probably an important part of the rotation. Of course, Mario Addison, who hopefully he'll get less reps because he was better in the past when he got less reps and he was put out there in pass rush situations. Obviously, he's still going to get more reps than those times. But hopefully, if he can get less reps, he can be more effective when he's out there. One thing before I get to Gerald McCoy, I don't really like the Bruce Irvin signing, and it's not really because I think he's going to be a rotational guy, and he has the experience there, but he's a quitter. Now, if you didn't really see the Oakland Raiders, he quit. You can see plays where he quit on that team. So I don't like quitters. You go in there, you're getting paid all this money, and you got to show that you're still engaged. And you can see he kind of quit. Maybe that had to do with with Gruden being the coach or whatever. Who knows? But the fact is, he gave low effort, and you saw plays where he just was standing there. He didn't give much effort. So hopefully he'll give effort, and he won't have those moments if things aren't going right, you're gonna quit. So that's my biggest concern when I first saw that they signed him. The Gerald McCoy thing, I believe they signed him the other day. Like I said, I'm a bit late on the news, but I'll talk about it now. They signed him. It was a 1 year, $10.25 million, I believe. There were other teams that were trying to get him. I believe the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens, which the rumor was that they were going to pay him more than what the Carolina Panthers paid him. But big reason why he did come to the Panthers: one, so he could stay in the NFC South. Two, Now he's denied this one, but this definitely is in his head. It's got to be something. He's got to be thinking about it. There's no way he's not. He can play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers twice, the same team that cut him. Now, like I said, he denies that, but I definitely think that is one of the motivations to kind of show this is what you let go. And now I'm playing for a division rival. But his addition, definite upgrade over Dontari Poe. Dontari Poe is going to be a rotation guy, so maybe he can be effective there. But it adds another pass rusher to the interior of the line, along with K'Wan Short. I think that pass rush is going to be much improved next year. On paper, yeah, it says that, but I definitely think it will be much improved because honestly, you couldn't be much worse. I mean, unless you were like the Oakland Raiders, they were pretty bad, but you couldn't be much worse than what they were last year. They were pretty bad. They were relying on old man Julius Peppers. Come on. Going over to the offensive line, like I said, Matt Paradise is center, obvious upgrade. I believe last year he was a top 5 run blocker at that center, at the center position. So definite upgrade. Left tackle, like I said, both Khalils have gone. Left tackle, Greg Little, vote still out on him. Now, like I talked about him in the draft breakdown, we'll have to wait and see. We'll see how he plays in the preseason. Of course, he's going to be the starter in the regular season, more than likely, because of how high the Panthers draft him in the second round. So more than likely, he's going to be the starter at left tackle. So hopefully that can improve because Cam took a beating. Like I said, 3 quarterbacks got hurt last year. 3 quarterbacks got hurt. So offensive line had to be addressed, especially with Cam coming off the shoulder injury, which I'm going to talk about that. Obviously, there's some things that they didn't address in either free agency or the draft. They did pick up, I think, in undrafted, Evander Holyfield's son, the running back. And I think you could probably, that's if he makes the team. He gives him a big back. Because my concern with the running back situation, Christian McCaffrey was great last year, but I think he had too many carries. He's not the biggest guy, and the guy stays in great shape, but he's not the biggest guy. I would rather them use. Yeah, he can run up the middle every now and then, but I would rather them get for the Panthers to get him to the outside, get him in space. Of course, line him up out of the backfield, coming out of the backfield as a receiver. Those are the strengths of his game just from watching him play. I know in Stanford, he ran up the middle a lot, but this is the NFL, bro. Linebackers are bigger. So you just can't you can't take that beating. I think they decrease his reps, get somebody that can be effective. And that's the problem. He had to get that many carries. He had to get that many touches because the other guys behind him were terrible. So hopefully they can get a guy. And I thought this was one thing that they needed to address. And either free agency, get a veteran who can play, or get a guy in the draft, which they, like I said, they got the undrafted guy. We'll see. Another thing, secondary, didn't do much in the secondary. They still got some young guys in the secondary, so we'll see who they try to plug in, but still concerns at safety. So secondary definitely was a problem last year, but by them fixing the front seven, they can cover up some of the holes for a secondary. If you can get after the quarterback, make the quarterback make errant throws, you know how it goes. You see a lot of teams do that. Like, you got to have a pass rush, like I said, because they can cover for a secondary. Only way a secondary can cover for a bad pass rush is if your secondary is great, where you have a shutdown corner. Like look at the Patriots secondary. I mean, perfect example. Stephon Gilmore, dude was one of the best corners last year. Panthers don't have that, so they're gonna have to rely on that pass rush to be able to get to the quarterback, force some hurries, pressures, and stuff like that to cover for the secondary. Of course, Greg Olsen, can he stay healthy? And the big one, can Cam stay healthy? The shoulder injury, he hurt his same shoulder. It more than likely happened against the Steelers. It more than likely happened against the Steelers with the TJ Watt hit, helmet right to the shoulder, which should have been a penalty based on the rules, But come on, Cam's not getting those calls. We know how it goes. But yeah, Cam's shoulder is gonna be a huge deal. How is he gonna play coming into the next season? Will he still have the arm strength? Will we see him in preseason? He's probably gonna start the season just because everything has gone well for him. He's probably gonna start the season, but that's the biggest concern. There's a big reason why they drafted Will Grier, I believe. What was it, the 3rd round? They drafted quarterback Will Grier, I believe, out of West Virginia, and he's gonna kind of be the backup. But are they grooming him to be Cam's replacement because they don't feel as though he can stay healthy? Well, big reason why Cam had to have surgery was because bum ass Ron Rivera kept putting him out there knowing that he was injured. But he kept putting him out there to protect himself from getting fired. Still should have got fired in my personal opinion. But yeah, that's I'm trying to think, was that everything? Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Hopefully, to kind of get back to Cam before I end the video, coaching staff is gonna have to tell him, like, bro, run out of bounds, slide down. We know you're a contact guy. You're looking for contact. You're looking for somebody to run through. But you're 30. You've had multiple shoulder surgeries. You gotta slide down. You gotta run out of bounds. You can't just keep taking those kinds of hits. So hopefully that's a big thing what those guys are telling him. And take those shorter throws, because a lot of times he did take those shorter throws more so last year than I've seen throughout his career. So I'll definitely give him that. But take those shorter throws. Get the ball, like I said, get the ball out of your hands. Don't, it's a big. This is one thing. Now I'm not calling them Drew Brees or Tom Brady, but that's one thing those guys do well. Ball's gone. They looking. You give them the short throw, they're gonna take that short throw. So I think he has to do more of that. He has to look for more of those short throws, and he has to protect himself. You're 30. You battled multiple injuries. You've taken a beating throughout your career. You gotta be able to protect yourself if you want to play longer. It's as simple as that. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. Panther fans, are you optimistic about this season? How you feel about this season with the schedule, with the players Panthers got, Gerald McCoy, how the offensive, defensive line have improved, Ron Rivera, whatever. Let me know down in the comment section. Of course, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.